By this time next week, we should know a lot more about the future of auto giants General Motors and Chrysler. Both companies face critical deadlines in the coming days that will determine their futures.
Well, my hope is that we will see both GM and Chrysler having emerged from this restructuring process leaner, meaner, more competitive.
Chrysler, which is operating under bankruptcy protection, will ask a court Thursday for permission to sell the bulk of its assets to a group led by Italy's Fiat. The beleaguered company has received nearly $6 billion in government loans to keep operating while it works out the Fiat deal. For General Motors, the make-or-break day is next Monday. That's the deadline for GM to restructure or file for bankruptcy protection.
If they're forced to go into bankruptcy, they would probably follow Chrysler's approach, where you would set aside the good assets of GM and set aside the bad assets for GM, form a new company with the good assets, and then try to dispose of the bad assets either through liquidation or sale or some means.
Even more pressing, there's a midnight Tuesday deadline for GM bondholders to exchange $27 billion in GM debt for a 10% stake in the company. Analysts expect the debt exchange to fail because bondholders have been critical of the offer. GM says the deadline could be extended if necessary. Meanwhile, leaders of the United Auto Workers are debating concessions on pay, benefits, health care, and plant closings. While much of the deal-making continues behind closed doors, in New York, Chrysler dealers who recently found out they will lose their franchises vowed to fight.
By the time they get done with it, they're going to lose sales and just devastate people's lives. This is not the way to go about it.
But President Obama says GM and Chrysler can't survive without drastic changes. Matt Friedman, The Associated Press.